Morning, everyone. How you all doing? Let me sort myself out. There we go. How you all doing? Welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing good, guys. On this Tuesday morning, we are blessed to see the Tuesday morning, guys. Of course we are. We're always blessed every single morning. That's what it's all about, of course. And the best fan base in the world. You know, joined by the best fan base in the world. Man United fans. We're the best fan base in the world. You know, that's why they hate. But we love it, guys. Hope you're all doing well. In all seriousness, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're new, if you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know why, but please subscribe. Please don't forget, even if you're lurking in the shadows. But I know that, you know what, guys, thank you anyway. Regardless, I really appreciate you coming along on this Tuesday, guys. Guys, don't forget to smash the like as well. Absolutely. Now let's get straight into a little bit of news about Manchester United, shall we? Manchester United's basically transfer wish list in regards to the midfield position seems to be getting smaller and smaller week by week, day by day. Of course, we all started it during the summer in regards to Carlos Baleba. Carlos Baleba was the guy we wanted. He's the man, and he still might be. But the problem is, it seems like Manchester United's interest in Carlos Baleba is wavering a little bit. It's decreasing a little bit. Of course, this probably it's because of the performances on the pitch. Obviously, that's no surprise. The performances on the pitch haven't been of a standard. And when you play against Manchester United, especially at Old Trafford, you're in the eyes of the world. You're not only in the eyes of the world, you're in the eyes of Jim Ratcliffe, etc. And you put in such a very average performance. Obviously, Manchester United are going to have second thoughts about splashing nearly £100 million on you. This is a business at the end of the day, isn't it? Of course it is. And we have to understand that we have to sign players that have the mentality to withstand anything, withstand adversity, withstand letdowns. We don't want players coming in who get a red card and underperform for a few months. Do you know what I mean? We don't need that. We need players who got their heads screwed on, of course. Now, one of the players Man United have been heavily interested in when you're speaking about the midfield is, of course, Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson, of course, has come to the fore over this last year, especially England international. It seems like he's been playing for England for years, but he's just recently broke into the England national team, and he's been absolutely phenomenal and fitted in like a duck to water. But, however, Nottingham Forest know this. Of course, we are playing Nottingham Forest on Saturday, so this is going to be a perfect opportunity to judge Anderson, of course. And then we got Wharton coming up at the end of November. That's a perfect opportunity to judge Wharton. And maybe we pick the best midfielder from that trio, maybe, who played better against Man United. But in regards to Elliot Anderson, a price of 120 million has been slapped on Elliot Anderson's head. Now, guys, again, this is the same kind of thing that happened with Carlos Baleba. The same thing. Carlos Baleba was playing very well. Carlos Baleba was brilliant. It was fantastic. But the price tag slapped on his head it's over-exaggerated, I would say. It's over-exaggerated. I think it's kind of stifling his possibility of leaving Nottingham Forest to go to Manchester United, in my opinion. I think that is what is happening here. Now, look, I know these teams want to make money. I know this is their prize asset. I know that. I understand that. But if Elliot Anderson is worth 120 million, how much would Paul Scholes be worth in this environment right now? You know, how much? 300 million? What we don't, you know what I mean? This is what we're talking about at the end of the day. So, look, I like Elliot Anderson. And obviously, this news coming from Plettenberg in Germany is quite significant. You know, but it might not be entirely true. I know that Plettenberg is a respected journalist. I'll put him to tier 2, just about tier 2. But what I would say is that there's no smoke without fire when it comes to transfer rumors, etc. Elliot Anderson, 120 million. That's a lot to blow on one player. Now, look, you know, Man United need 2 midfielders. And I would be interested to know your opinions on this, guys. Like, if we ended up spending, let's say, in the summer, if we ended up spending 250 million, for example, right? But we bought Elliot Anderson and Adam Wharton. That would be enough, wouldn't it? That was the fist. That would be enough. That would be enough for Man United, I think. I think we probably wouldn't have to even sign any more players. If someone gave it to you right now, Elliot Anderson and Wharton. Splash the money on those two. Get those two in the door. Fix that midfield. Sayonara, Tara. Would you do that? You know, at the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, I would much prefer Man United to bring in an Adam Wharton, probably bring in someone a little bit cheaper, maybe a Nagume, maybe a Lamine Kamara, and fix the wing-back positions as well. So 120 million for Elliot Anderson. Well, we're going to have to do straight off the cuff, you've got to take about 30 million away from that. Minimum. You know, because you don't go from a 60 million pound player to a 120 million pound player. Just double it. Why don't you double it? Triple it. Why don't you? Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. So I'm looking at this and, and it does make me chuckle. You know, it does make me laugh when Man United come around, when Man United come to town, prices increase. Man United tax at the end of the day. Now, Newcastle United have emerged as contenders for Elliot Anderson's signature. Of course, Elliot Anderson used to play for Newcastle, of course, guys. So this is going to be something quite interesting because obviously Newcastle will feel they have the finances to complete the deal. Man United believe that they are the bigger club, and etc. I think it all boils down to who qualifies for Europe, who qualifies for the Champions League. And I believe Man United are going to qualify for the Champions League. I believe it's Man United who will qualify for the Champions League, guys. Absolutely. I do believe that, guys. But look, Elliot Anderson, 120 million, probably getting for about 80, wouldn't you think? Plus incentives. Even that is extortionate, I would say. But yeah, that is straight off the cuff from the reports yesterday and yesterday evening, of course, with Plettenberg. Now, guys, look, Manchester United's interest in Carlos Baleba. Man United have met with representatives of Carlos Baleba's entourage this week. But Manchester United's interest in Carlos Baleba is somewhat wavering a little bit. And this is due because of the performances on the pitch. And it isn't just a one-off. He's continually performing badly. And this gives you red flags. You have to have red flags. So at the end of the day, guys, it is a business. Football is a business at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's you don't just splash 70 million because he's your favorite player. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you have to look at things objectively and think, why is he not performing to the levels that he should perform? Why did he resort to Instagram to write, "I'm finally coming to Old Trafford," and then delete it? This is the kind of attitude and mentality that we have been trying to erase from the football club for a very long time, of course, guys. So, yeah, look, you know, I don't mind Carlos Baleba. I like Carlos Baleba. People know me. I mean, Carlos Baleba, I've been speaking about him for a year. So, look, but what I would say is that we have to look at things based on what's good for the football club, right? Because if we sign Baleba, look, guys, I think someone put it correct. Someone said it correctly. They said, basically, Man United can't make any mistakes in the transfer market. Arsenal can afford to make mistakes. Maybe Liverpool can afford to make mistakes. Maybe Chelsea can afford to make mistakes. Man United can't afford to make any mistakes in the transfer market right now. We're not in the Champions League. This is a pivotal moment for Manchester United. So the next decision has to be the right decision. We cannot make any more expensive errors at this football club. It's unacceptable now. We have to go out there and buy the right player and get it spot on like we used to. I mean, occasionally we got it wrong, but I mean, when you're spending that amount of money, we've got to hit the nail on the head, guys. Absolutely. And I hope that we will, and I hope that we do, of course, guys. Absolutely. But it is interesting to see what happens in the next few months. In regards to the January transfer window, Man United will most likely do a loan deal. At the moment, the front runner is Conor Gallagher on loan in January. Now, look, as people know, I've already spoken all week about Conor Gallagher. I wouldn't think it would be a bad move. I think it would be a smart move. It would be a shrewd move. It would be a move to fill up the squad. And I think that is a good thing. That's not a bad thing. And he's not going to be staying at Man United. He's going to be leaving probably in the summer, of course. My only bone would be if Elliot and if Conor Gallagher comes into Man United and he is a permanent guy. That is what I don't want, of course, because I think we can get better in the summer. But I want people to neglect. I mean, how do I say it? I want people to ignore the January transfer window. Not ignore, meaning, I mean, ignore the possibility of Man United spending a lot of money, because Man United are not going to spend a lot of money in January. Let me tell you that right now. Man United do not have the finances this fiscal year to spend a lot of money in January. It looks like a possibility that Kobbie Mainoo may be leaving on loan. What people make of that, I don't know. Obviously, the thing with Kobbie Mainoo, it splits opinion, doesn't it? Everyone's got their opinion on Kobbie Mainoo. What is going on with Kobbie Mainoo? Some people are saying that he's not even the third best midfielder at Man United. And what people have to understand, and I want people to emphasize it, I think it's very important. I think this generation, they forget about certain things, i.e. age. Kobbie Mainoo is 20 years old. It's easy to forget, isn't it? It's easy to forget. Kobbie Mainoo is 20 years old and already played in a European final for England. It's easy to forget this. And I wouldn't give up on Kobbie Mainoo so easily. You know, I wouldn't give up on that. Absolutely. I wouldn't give up on Kobbie Mainoo so easily. I would give him a chance. I would. And now that the AFCON is coming, most likely Bruno can move into that number 10 role, taking Cunha's place, taking Mbeumo's place, and Mainoo can move into that midfield, slot into that midfield like nothing had happened. Do you know what I mean? So this could happen, and we look. Kobbie Mainoo's got a part to play this season. The biggest concern, of course, is if Kobbie Mainoo wants to get into the England World Cup squad. That's the biggest thing, isn't it? That's the biggest thing that we have to understand. We can't stifle players because World Cups come along every 4 years. You don't get many World Cups in your career, so it's very important that Kobbie Mainoo gets a chance to be in the World Cup. He hasn't been in the last couple of squads. So that is interesting there, because is he going to be in the next squad? Is he going to do it? I mean, England internationals are in November. I don't think he's going to be in the England squad. He has not played no football. Nothing has changed. He's played no football. Look, I agree he should be in there instead of Henderson and players like that. But at the end of the day, you're leaving Thomas Tuchel with a choice to make, because obviously Kobbie Mainoo is not playing football, and he needs to look at that. He needs to understand. We need to think about it on his level, on his point of view. Of course, it's very, very important. Now, look, you know, Man United have had a great week, a great couple of weeks, 3 wins in a row, fantastic. A lot of people writing Man United off, and that's fine. Man United have always been written off from day one. But there is a lot of skepticism around the Man United fan base. There is obviously people who have PTSD. No surprising, because obviously Man United have flattered to deceive over the years, have done things like this before, right? However, I would say that Man United have done something slightly different this time. They've beaten Brighton, right? They've beaten Brighton, and we've been notoriously poor against Brighton over the years, of course. But I think it's very important that each one of us as Man United fans keep our feet on the ground. And we are. And it's not to say that we can't be positive. There's a lot of positivity police out there that they're saying, oh, keep your feet on the eggs before they've hatched. All these analogies that come in. I mean, no shit, Sherlock. You know, at the end of the day, what it is that we are enthusiastic. And I feel that it's very important that we have belief, because there's many people out there who are predicting we're going to come 8th. If we come 8th, it'll be fine. If we come 6th, it'll be fine. No, just put that to one side. Put that to one side and say, look, listen, we are aiming high. And that's it. We are aiming high. We don't want to hear any more pessimism in regards to that, guys. Absolutely. Let me just read some of your comments, guys. Big up everyone in the house. Big up Benny. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Like Mainoo as a player personally, but if the manager decides he has to let him go, Son won't like it, but some won't like it, but we have to accept it. Ferguson did it once. I mean, Ferguson did it with Ince and Hughes and stuff like that because they were getting on a little bit, Benny. In regards to Kobbie Mainoo is 20 years old, so we can't just throw him under the bus like that. He's an incredibly good player, and he's an expensive player. You know, so we have to understand that he's completely different to Mark Hughes and Paul Ince, Andre Kanchelskis and Lee Sharp and players of that ilk, because they were getting on in the late 30s. However, Kobbie Mainoo hasn't even reached his peak. So I think we need to be park that a little bit. Park the fact that, you know, we should just get rid of him and be happy with it. I don't think necessarily Ruben Amorim wants Kobbie Mainoo to leave. I don't think he wants, but obviously Kobbie Mainoo wants to play first team football. I would be happy for Kobe Mainoo to be given a loan. I would be happy if Kobe Mainoo got a loan somewhere. I think that would be good for him, as long as it's a club that can actually, improve him, develop him, and actually give him a chance of being in the England squad, of course. Big up, Ellen. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see Ellen in the house. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Benny, as well. Thank you for joining me. The members, of course. Big up, everyone. Let me just read all the members' comments. Of course, big up all the members in the house. Morning, Benny. Morning, everyone. Big up, Benny. Hope you're well. Big up, Daryl. What's going on, my bro? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Morning, Sal, brother. Let's get another win Saturday, 4 in a row. Come on, boys. Absolutely. And yeah, I don't think we should go for Baleba now. We can't have players down in tools. It's not just down in tools. It's the characteristics. You know what I mean, Daryl? Like, for example, the Instagram post and things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's unacceptable. You can't really do that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, absolutely not. You can't really do that, guys. Absolutely. Daryl, 120 million. Sorry, not worth it. Good player, but no, we are not. No, we are good, brother. Yeah, look, I think it's astonishing that a price of that ilk. It will. I mean, 120 million. Like I said, like how much would Paul Scholes be worth? How much would Roy Keane be worth these days if Elliot Anderson is being valued at 120 million? It is. 300 million? How much? Take your pick. Higher? 400 million? Yeah, I mean, it is madness at the end of the day when you think about it, isn't it? Absolutely. When you think about it, it is madness. It is madness. Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, everyone who's joining me today. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all blessed in the stream, of course, guys. Big up everyone in the house, of course. And guys, I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in yesterday in Hossem's channel and Mo. Big up, everyone. Good morning, Sal. Yesterday's show with Mo and Hossem channel was brilliant. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Ephraim. I really appreciate you, my guy. Really appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, everyone who tuned into that. It was great fun. A good banter. Good banter. I know that Mo doesn't like Man United, and it's I find it hilarious. But Man United are the team. They're the biggest team in England. Look, Man United not everyone's cup of tea. And what I would say is that Man United have upset a lot of people over the last 30 years because obviously we were successful and we caused a lot of people a lot of pain. And I don't think they've forgotten that. I think it's a PTSD kind of thing going on there. I mean, and they need therapy. You know what I mean? I mean, in all respect. But, when Man United come to town, and we talk about Man United, and I'm talking about on a level that I've witnessed Man United for 40 years. I've seen all our success. I've always been relatively humble when it comes to Man United. During the 90s and stuff, I never used to gloat. I never used to rub it in people's faces and stuff like that. I used to be very, very objective and very, very kind. And I regret that, to be honest with you. So the next time that Man United do become significantly successful, and let me tell you this right now, guys, it's a when, not an if. When we do get back, the cream will rise to the top. Look, we've given the keys to the donkeys. We've given the keys to the donkeys, right? That's why it's called a donkey, right? We've given the keys to the donkeys. We are the lion. We are asleep. We're the lion. We are asleep. The beast will awaken, and we can have our keys back, right? And that's what's going to happen. Donkey, can we have our keys back? Thank you. And that is those fans out there and Manchester United. And when we eventually wake up from our slumber, then you're going to see smug. Then you're going to say, oh my goodness me, this Sal, I can't take this guy. Oh my goodness, he's unbearable. I never turn around. I never go around dissing other football clubs, downplaying other football clubs, slandering other football clubs, let alone other football clubs, legends as well. I never do that. That's not what I do, right? I support Manchester United and I respect every football club and their history, right? If they've got one. I know some teams don't have one. So what I would say is that, yeah, look, it's all banter. I love it. And thank you so much, Ephraim. Really good to see you. Hope everything is well with you. Of course, my friend, of course. And big up all the members, guys. Don't forget you can become a member as well, my friend. Big up everyone in the house. Big up Sal. We have conceded 19 goals and 16 of them without Casemiro on the pitch, showing how important he has become in the team. For me, Mainoo needs to perform better when given the chance, in my opinion. He does. Look, the problem is, we're caught in a bit of a rock and a hard place, isn't it, LT? The fact that with Kobe Mainoo, you can say that, oh, you know what, he needs to play better when he comes on. But if you understand football, if you understand top-level football, you need consistency. You need a run of games. He's only 20. You need a run of games. Casemiro's had a run of games to play well. You know what I mean? Players need runs. They need consistency. And this is very, very underrated in football. As a guy who works in football, worked with top athletes, I know how important it is. You know what I mean? So I think it's very, very important that, players are given a fair crack at the whip and given consistency in regards to opinions, in regards to opportunities, not just one appearance there, one appearance there. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys, absolutely. Benny, big up Benny, by the way. Crazy, but was reading that. Crazy stat, but was reading that. What stat was that? Oh, yeah. He's done well, but, we got to think ahead as well. Casemiro is brilliant, but we got to think ahead as well, of course. Absolutely. Big up, everyone. Let me just read out. Big up, Kenny. Manu needed some consistency. I agree with that. It needs consistency. People don't understand that. We're in a generation now where we're very reactionary. We're very reactionary in the way we give our opinions. We don't look at things in context, right? For example, Dorgu. Dorgu's 20 years old, coming from Lecce, right? He's 20 years old, and at the end of the day, you got to give these guys an opportunity. Patrice Evra wasn't even at Monaco at 20 years old. You know what I mean? This is what we have to understand. He wasn't even at Monaco at 20 years old. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Daryl, sorry, but I don't like Hussam. He's a proper chat shit about United. You know what, Daryl? Look, this is what it is, isn't it? I will always go on channels and defend my honor, my football team. I will do that, but he's a Liverpool fan. What do we expect? What do we expect, Daryl? He's Liverpool. You know the history, Daryl, don't you? So at the end of the day, what do I expect? I expect nothing less from a Liverpool fan, and I will give it back. And I do. Because at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, Daryl, when in 5 years' time, people will look back at Liverpool's golden era and think, two league titles in 30, 40 years. That's what hurts them. Because at the end of the day, I've seen 13 titles. 13, right? In my life. He's seen one, if he's lucky, two. He's seen two, maybe one, two, probably two, Well, they got 3 in 35 years, but I mean, since the Premier League came along, you know what I mean? So we're talking about 2 Premier League titles in 35 years. Odd, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, absolutely. Kevin, Adam Wharton would be, big up Kevin, how are you doing? Well, Adam Wharton would be a top signing, agree. Absolutely. Sam, big up Sam, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. He isn't worth about 55, 60 million. I think I agree with this. I think he's worth around that match. Absolutely. Kenny, Hussam supports Liverpool, so I expect him to chat waffle about us, and his hate watches were very funny to watch. I did watch his hate watch when, you see the highlights of the watch-alongs and stuff like that, and I see his hate watch when they see Man United, and you see the pain in their faces. You see the pain and the irritants in their eyes. You know what I mean? It's so funny. I love it. It's banter. It's football. It's passion. That's what we need. You know what I mean? Because you water it down into, and football becomes too predictable and cliche. You need that rivalry. You need that little bit of banter. And with me, I give it. Don't worry, I give it back. I will give it back. And I love stirring the pot. That's what I do. And I think it's very important because you know what? Stretford Post is going to represent Manchester United from day. I'm going to represent, and you can't get away from me because I know my facts. I know my history. You can't get away from it. We won it 3 times. We won it 3 times without anyone. We won it 3 times. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? So, look, I've got a lot of love for them as people. Of course, football opinion is a different subject. But Man United, hated, adored, never ignored. Why do you think we got this slogan? Hated, adored, never ignored. Where do you think it comes from? These guys. Because at the end of the day, these are the people that hate Man United, and they give us the fuel to our fire. They feed into the stereotype. They feed into the narrative. Hated, adored, never ignored. Of course, guys. Ellen, I have watched so many hate-alongs from Liverpool supporters this last 2 weeks. It's lovely. It has been lovely. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the pain. I may sound sadistic and stuff like that, but I have enjoyed the pain. I've enjoyed the absolute anguish in their eyes, the hope, the failure, guys. Absolutely. Benny, let's be honest with you. You need to banter with Stippers. The rivalry aside, it's a great crack. The Scousers are great crack and love the banter. I love it, Benny. I love it because at the end of the day, they give it and I give it back. And that's all I can do. I love giving it back. They get a little bit defensive, but I love giving it back. And all they can talk about is recent history. We haven't won the league since 2013. But I have seen 13 league titles, guys. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I've seen their dreams, you know, and I tell you one thing. I tell you this right now, straight off the cuff, right? They're in a bit of a pickle at the moment, guys. They're in a bit of a problem at the moment. Liverpool in a bit of a problem at the moment. They're having issues at the moment. They are. They've got big issues at the moment. And one of those issues is Arnie Slot. Get him out of my football club. The Bald Fraud Brigade are coming. 2.0, the Ball Fraud Brigade. They're coming at the end of the day, guys. I love it. I do love it. I really do. And the pain, the anguish, the tears. I actually feel sorry for some of them. You know what I mean? I find myself feeling sorry for some of them because I understand the pain. I understand the pain. I understand the anger. I understand the anguish, the sadness, the disappointment. It's the hope that kills you, isn't it? You know, that's the thing, isn't it? But that is life, guys. That is life, and that is what life's about. We got football, and we have football, and we have football banter, and bring it on. Great to see winning against Liverpool. Give it to my brother, Liverpool fan. Great to see winning against Liverpool. Give it to my brother, Liverpool fan. Absolutely, Kevin. Yeah, give it. Give it whilst you still can, my friend. Absolutely. Lawrence, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Big up. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Proper football vibes now. The clocks have gone back. I recognise the hatred from City neighbours in Old Trafford. So bitter 20 years ago. What we need to do, we need to get Manchester United back because Manchester United built this Premier League. Me and other content creators wouldn't have a platform if it wasn't for Manchester United. Let me tell you that right now. If Man United stood up and they admit it, if Man United stood up right now and said, like, we're leaving the Premier League, there'd be nothing to talk about. No one cares. No one would care about the Premier League anymore. It's a glorified Scottish league. It's an Eredivisie. That is what it would be without Manchester United in the Premier League. If we stood up right now and said, nah, you know what, we're good. We'll make our own league. You know what I mean? They can't. I mean, I'm looking around. I'm seeing people talking about no chance. Man United got no chance. Wow, Mystic Meg. I didn't know we have no chance. As far as I'm aware, facts ain't opinions. You know what I mean? So what do I do with facts that classed as opinions? What do I do with opinions classed as facts? I put them in and they go out the other side. In, out, in, out. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Absolutely. Well said. Slot is a dude in a bluffer. Guys, listen, they're going to make all the excuses under the sun in regards to Arnie Slot. But bloody hell, must be Arnold Schwarzenegger, not Arnie Slot. For goodness sake, I'll be back. When? Back. In the league, more like. Absolutely. Back in the league. You'll be going down. I'll be back. You'll be going back to 1994, my brothers. Absolutely. That's where Liverpool are going. I'll be back. Yeah, you're going back in time. Absolutely. Going back in time. And that is what Arnie Slot is. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. And Arnie Schwarzenegger, but you know what? Arnie Slot, the aqua looking, I'm a Bobby. Come on, Bobby. Let's go party. That is what Arnie Slot is. Come on, Bobby. Let's go party. Look, listen, he's definitely going to party. He's definitely doing something wrong because at the end of the day, look, you know, Liverpool are declining, going back to default settings. I know I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. I love it at the end of the day. I love it at the end of the day, guys. I really do. Absolutely. Benny, I have two mates here in Ireland, twin brothers, one a United fan and the other is a Dippers. The banter is comedy gold. My younger brother's a Liverpool fan. My older brother's a Spurs fan. My mum is a Wimbledon fan. My dad is a Huddersfield fan. I'm a Man United fan. So you imagine the crack in the house back then. It was madness, absolutely. But you love it. I love it. You know, I did used to feel sorry for my brother, the Tottenham fan, because obviously he's sad sometimes watching him lose a lot and stuff like that. Absolutely. Kenny, keep winning games, and the rival fans like Curtis Shaw TV, Arsenal fan, were scared to death. The last thing, let me tell you something about this, guys. The last thing anyone wants is Manchester United, a resurgent Manchester United, hot on their heels, meaning challenging for the league. Nobody wants that, because when you look behind and you see the Red Devils, you're like, oh my goodness me, Man United are back. They're on our heels. I guarantee you, if Man United get to January, right, 3 or 4 points away from the top, right, even 6, guys, they better watch out. You know what I mean? United are about, absolutely. My biggest concern, my biggest overriding concern is obviously the AFCON. The AFCON's coming along, and I'm worried about the AFCON. I am worried about the AFCON. I am worried about, losing the players. But we have got enough in the squad, I believe, that can fill in the gap, fill in the void. As I said, you can move Bruno into the number 10. You can move Mainu into the midfield, and then all Kushti, all Skunkadori, and everything. Ellen, all my family are Liverpool, just me and my mum. Bless her and her heart. Big up, Ellen, and bless you and your mother. Absolutely. And it's great to see Ellen here. And Ellen loves a crack as well. So at the end of the day, obviously I'm the only Man United fan in my family as well. So, you know what I mean? There you go. That's any consolation. But yeah, we're the ones laughing. We're the ones laughing, isn't it? Benny, under Amorim, proper football fans know what's coming. Yes, proper football fans do know. And this is the thing. When I go on other football channels and everything, I've been positive for weeks and weeks. And people are like, Sal, where do you get all this positivity from? What are you talking about? Laughing at me in my face. Your tears. Because that's what that is. Your tears is right there, guys. That is your tears. I just drank some. It's a bit salty, but yeah, never mind. But guys, for weeks and weeks and weeks, I've been saying, don't write us off. Don't write us off. We're going to beat Sunderland. We're going to beat Liverpool. We're going to beat Brighton. And now we're going to beat Nottingham Forest. You better be aware. You better be ready for it, guys. Absolutely. You better be ready for it, my friends. Absolutely. Lawrence, would you keep Kobe Mainoo or send him off to the club for him to get a stage his career? At the moment, the way things are, Lawrence, I would send him on loan. I would send him on loan. I would send him on loan. The reason I would send him on loan because I think he has an opportunity to get in the England squad for the World Cup, and I don't want Man United to stifle that opportunity. And but however, having said that, with the African nations coming 21st of December, maybe it's an opportunity for Kobe Mainoo to get into that midfield. With Bruno can move into that number 10 position, of course. So maybe it's an opportunity for Mainoo to get in that midfield. And you know what? Kick on from there. You never know if he grabs his opportunity, and he will have a little bit of consistency if he's put into the side, you know. So we have to wait and see. Absolutely. Silverstrand, the failed summer transfer have affected Baleba's performance. He can still come to United at a much lower price of perhaps 50, 60. They're not going to sell him for that, I don't think, Silverstrand. I think they're going to want more than that. Now they've sacrificed themselves to a price. They're not, but Man United can't just willy-nilly spend 50, 60 million on a player that's not performing, mate. Because it's not just about the fouled transfer. It's about mentality, mate. Man United need mentality monsters. We used to have mentality monsters. Just because Man United went in for you and you didn't get your move doesn't mean that you don't play, you down tool. That means you're weak mentality. So we don't need weak mentalities. At the moment, I don't even think he's a £60 million player, to be fair. We need players that are mentality monsters. Look at Cunha. Cunha played against Man United, was absolutely excellent when he played for Wolves. Look at Mark Gui at Crystal Palace. Mark Gui didn't get his move. There was a here we go that Mark Gui is going to Liverpool. Still performs. You know, you have to have the mentality to play for Man United. And unless he picks up his form, if it gets to... Look, guys, let's say he doesn't pick up his form to the rest of the season. And I hope he does, right? Are Man United going to take that risk? Are Man United going to splash money on it? I don't think they will, and I don't think they should. No, it's business at the end of the day. Last season could have been a one-off. How do you know? You know, Evan Ferguson, we all know, was rated as the new Wayne Rooney. Do you remember? What's happened? You know, one season wonder. We have to look at things diplomatically and in a way that is objective. You know, we have to think about Manchester United. Absolutely. Saviour, good morning. Morning, sir. I hope every Man United fans are getting happy. The team is now showing what they can do. And I like the confidence of Amorim. He said that I can't change the system. The players need confidence. And that's exactly what it has been, Saviour. That's exactly what it has been. Those system merchants, you know, the funniest thing about it, Saviour, is that there are people out there who are saying that Ruben Amorim's changed his system. Some outlets with millions of followers have said he changed to a 4 at the back. It's complete lies as well. You see, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about when people get it wrong, they don't have the intelligence or capacity in their brain to admit that they were wrong, so they will make up fabricated stories and lies to justify themselves, i.e., oh, Amorim has adjusted. Amorim hasn't adjusted to anything. Amorim hasn't adjusted to anything. Zero. Amorim is the players who have adjusted to Amorim's system. That is what's happened. It's not the other way around. I know you don't want to be wrong, right? I know you don't want to be wrong and you don't want to give the praise to the manager. But hold that. Just hold it and move on. Your day shall come. One day, maybe. Maybe if you get a bit of ball knowledge. You know what I mean? Big up, Saviour. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you very much. Great comment, of course. Kenny, my father is a Chelsea fan and my younger brother is an Aston Villa fan. Well, I am having a last laugh so far. Aston Villa are doing a riot at the moment. A little bit of riot, isn't it? At the moment, they are picking up wins and stuff like that. I heard they won 6 in a row or something like that. But yeah, look, you know, what I would say is that Everton will be Everton. Everton are just useless. Everton's game, 2 games for Everton, Liverpool and Manchester United. 2 games for Everton. Those are the 2 games that they have in their season, and the rest doesn't matter. Ellen, Slot giving up titles faster than Prince Andrew. God, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Absolutely. You know what I mean? It makes me laugh. It does make me laugh. Come on, Bobby. Let's go party. Yeah, I mean, Arnie Slot, he was a Norwegian, was he? Or was he Danish? Look, Arnie Slot, slot right over there, and then you'll be all right. Just slot right over there. You know, give us back our keys. You know what I mean? Because the arrogance that oozes from him, he's incredibly arrogant. Oh, we must play football so that Liverpool can win the game. We have to play into Liverpool's hands, basically. We have to play football that helps Liverpool win a game easier. That's what they want. That's what the Liverpool fans are saying. It's insanity. The way he's going off the boil a little bit. He's going all Ten Hag. He's going all Jose Mourinho on the media. And I'm all here for it. I'm laughing at it. I'm laughing. I'm waiting. I'm excited with popcorn to see the next press conference of Arnie Slot. It's hilarious. Dan, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're well. Good to see you, of course. Surely the hierarchy at United knew that when we bought African players, we may lose them into Africans. Yeah. But we can't just not buy African players. I understand that. It is a big issue. This is why Sir Alex Ferguson never purchased many African players that were in the first team. He bought some, obviously, Manucho and Jemba Jemba, of course, and Quinton Fortune and players of that ilk. But he didn't really invest heavily in it because he knew the African nations. And it's not only that, it's that the AFCON comes at a vital moment in the Premier League season, which is the Christmas period. The Christmas period is vital at that period, right? Whose idea it was to put the AFCON slap bang in the middle of the season, I don't know, but it's wrong. It should be outlawed. It shouldn't be like that. And I don't care what happened in the past. At the end of the day, I don't care about international football. I don't care. I'm English. I don't care about England. I care about Manchester United, you know? And this is the thing. And it could make or break you at the end of the season. And you're looking at Man United's fixtures. We've got Man City. We've got Aston Villa. You know, we got a couple of tough games there. And then we got Arsenal 4 days after that last game of the AFCON. So some of the players might not be fit. And this is the thing, isn't it? You know? Sam, all football fans of other clubs are scared of United coming back to where we were. When I see it, Sam, I smile and I laugh because I see the anger. I see the blood pressure going up. And you know what? I might get my blood pressure monitor for them next time if I could. You know what I mean? But, I see the blood pressure coming up when they talk about Man United. It's Man United. And I find it fun. I find it hilarious. You know what I mean? It is really funny. It makes me giggle. It does make me laugh, to be honest with you, because how we could be so hated. I could sit there as a Man United fan. You're a Man United fan. You're a Man United. You should blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bring it on, bring it on. You know what I mean? I'm like this. Bring it on. You know what I mean? Kevin, hope we beat Tottenham a bit. I mean, yeah, I hope so as well. Of course. Saviour, Mainey should be starting games in number 8. Bruno can play number 10. Saviour, hopefully he does it during the AFCON. He could be doing that, of course. I like Baleba, but his recent performances were concerning, so won't be disappointed if we don't get him in January. I don't think we'll get him in January anyway, Kenny. I think if anything, if Carlos Baleba is going to come from Man United, it will be in the summer, in my opinion. I think it will be around that time, my guy. United will not sign Baleba if he keeps playing shit. Yeah, absolutely. To me, Baleba doesn't worth £4,300 based on recent form. And I think that's a very intelligent comment from Sam. He's absolutely right. Why would Man United, right, go out there and slap 60, 70 million on Carlos Baleba when they can pay that money and get Adam Wharton right now who's performing? Or put that money towards Elliot Anderson. Why would they do that? It doesn't make business sense. We have to think on the line of business of Manchester United. You know, if he picks up his form, if it gets to Christmas and he starts picking up his form, then you can say, yeah, well, maybe he's come through the bad patch. Maybe he's not bad. Actually, he's come through it. He showed a little bit of mental strength. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that is what it is at the end of the day, you know? Silverstrand, Mainu, and Xerxes will be very useful during the AFCON. Absolutely. Silverstrand, I agree with that. Absolutely. Lawrence, Kobe, Baleba, and Santos at Chelsea are all young players where United are currently at. We can afford to wait for them and prioritize experience and stability. This is why, Lawrence, I said that in January we should get Conor Gallagher in there, who's got a little bit of experience. It is a risk. It depends what Man United are aiming for, isn't it, Lawrence? What are Man United going for? Kobe Mainoo's played in the European Cup final for England. He's got the ability, right? He helped contribute England getting to a final, right? And I know he's got the ability. He's good enough. There's other players, younger players, you can question because they've not played for Man United before. But I don't think Kobe Mainoo should be written off. No, I don't. And during the AFCON, he'll get his opportunity. And if he takes his opportunity, it's good for us, isn't it? You know what I mean? LT, big up LT. It's funny how others still don't want to accept that Amorim's positivity has changed his team and proven that mentality was our biggest weakness. 3 games played with right mentality and 3 wins. People don't want to admit it, LT, because it would contribute to them being wrong. It would mean that they're being wrong. It would indirectly mean that they've admitted being wrong. And this is what the problem is, isn't it? We have a dangerous mentality with some of the fan base where, you know, they're very, very, I would say miserable, but very, very forthwith with their opinions. And they think that their opinion is the gospel and they can't be wrong, right? And this is what it is. Now, I think it's very important for people and fans out there of Manchester United, when you're evaluating football, when you're judging football, when you're analyzing football, right? It's very important to look at context. It's very important to look at what's going on at the football club, the ins and outs of what's going on. Because more times than not, if you stab in the dark, you're going to miss. And that's what happens. I tend to look at things in all around and all the circumstances. What happened here? Why is this happening here? Why is he injured here? What's going on here? What about that player? What are the off-field issues and stuff like that? And many Man United fans don't do that, unfortunately. And they have this opinion and they already sacrificed themselves in regards to Ruben Amorim. So they're like, I'm not going to change my opinion on Ruben Amorim. And I didn't want us to get in the realms of Mikel Arteta. For example, Mikel Arteta, a lot of fans early on in Mikel Arteta's tenure, they were doubting Mikel Arteta. They didn't want Mikel Arteta, right? And those same fans are still the same fans calling for Arteta now. They're calling for Arteta's head now. Those same fans, they're still there calling for Arteta's head. You know, even though they don't look at where Arteta is brought Arsenal from, and he's brought Arsenal to being league challenging, right? Serious league challenging multiple times, right? So this is what we're talking about. I don't want Man United to become one of those teams where the fan base is like, my opinion is the gospel. I'm not wrong. You are wrong. He changed his system. No. He changed his system. He changed his he changed his tactics. I don't want to hear it. No. And that's why I don't want Man United to be on that level. I want Man United to call things intelligently, like Man United always have called things. When I was growing up supporting this football club, we've always called things intelligently, haven't we, guys? Big up Tyro. What's going on, my guy? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're going good, guys. Hope you're doing good. Big up Irene. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. Just stay away from this transfer. Big up Irene. Big up yourself. Christian. Morning, Sal. And from Amorim will definitely block any move of our players because he don't want anyone picking up serious injuries because we'll definitely be in the Champions League next season. Come on, Christian. Love it. Love it, my friend. Leeson. No games on Boxing Day, such a shame. Yeah, they changed it. I mean, it might be a good thing for Man United because the Africans are on, isn't it? Absolutely. Dan, pundits will soon realize that a system is only as good as the players in it. The gospel has spoken. Thank you so much, Dan. You're absolutely spot on, mate. Absolutely. You're only as good as your players in the system. System schmistem. Systems are overrated anyway. You know? They're overrated anyway. Systems are overrated anyway. This is just something to beat Ruben Amorim with. It's a stick to beat Ruben Amorim with, right? Now, didn't Ruben Amorim say that, when we win, it's not the system. When we lose, it's the system. You know what I mean? And I think over this last 4 weeks, I think we've proven it's not the system. I think we've proven that it's nothing to do with the system. I think we can all agree that it's nothing to do with the system now. Because the 4-3-3 merchants, the 4-5-1s, the 4-2-3-1 merchants have disappeared into the abyss. They've gone into the abyss. They disappeared. It's gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. Dan, United are looking to take Højlund's transfer fee in January. It might be a sign. Yes, just a little bit of news. Thank you for reminding me, Dan. Rasmus Højlund has been given the authority to sign for Napoli for 44 million euros, guys. What do you make of that? Does anyone disagree with that? I think that's good. I think that's a good move for Rasmus Højlund. It's great for him. Man United make some money. Fantastic. I think that's good for him. And I wish him the best of luck. Absolutely. Jengas, morning. How you doing, my bro? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Silverstrand, I was disappointed we didn't get Wharton in the summer. Me too, mate. Though I kept shouting his name. Price was ridiculous. Absolutely. Hope we can get him in next summer. The World Cup stage might catapult him if he performs. That's true, Silverstrand. It's true. It's very likely as well because I think England are going to win the World Cup. That's what I feel. I think England are going to win the World Cup this time. I think Thomas Tuchel would do it. I think it'd be ironic if a German manager comes in and he wins England the World Cup. I think that'd be hilarious. The system is saving our cup. I'm going to make sure to talk a lot about the system now. Ellen, what about the system? What do you think about the system? The 3-4-2-1. What do you make of that? It's kind of working, isn't it? I mean, it's really great that we didn't listen to those people who said change the system, isn't it? It's really important. I think. You know what? All those people said change the system. Where are you now? As Ellie Goulding once said, of course. Jengas, take the Rasmus money and run. Everyone's a winner, baby. That's the truth. Absolutely, Jengas. I would do exactly the same. My compadre, my guy. Absolutely. I would do exactly the same as you say there. Take the money. Best of luck to Rasmus. Great attitude. Wish him all the best. All the best. And that's it, guys. Absolutely. And he deserves it. He deserves it. He works hard. He was always available for Man United. He never down-tooled. He was always available. You know what I mean? Always run for the badge. And I wish him the best of luck. That's what I do, guys. Because that's how we do things at Man United. We're a classy bunch. We're a classy bunch, ain't we? That's what we do at Man United. Absolutely, guys. The class has spoken. Absolutely. Guys, yes, look, you know what? I'm sorry if I sound a little bit overly zealous. I'm always zealous in regards to Man United. Smile whilst you still have teeth, of course. I've always believed that. And you know what? When you don't have teeth, you won't be able to smile unless you might smile and your false teeth come out. I remember going to a restaurant with my granddad, and he took a glass of water. He drank the glass of water, and his false teeth fell out. God rest his soul. And his false teeth fell out, and he put in his teeth and he put them upside down. Yeah, you know what I mean? And let me tell you about false. Speaking of false teeth, the Liverpool dominance was a false dawn. The Liverpool are the false teeth of the Premier League. Liverpool are the false teeth of the Premier League. They're the false teeth of the Premier League, and their false teeth are falling out into the water, into their tears. Absolutely, Ellen. It's a long time since it felt good to be a Man United. Absolutely, it's a long time. I mean, I feel good. Long may it continue. Long may it continue. Long may the vibes continue. Long may the vibes continue. Of course. I hope we beat Spurs next week, and that will be my perfect. Do we go an international break before the Spurs game? I think we do. Which is disappointing. Again, obviously, I don't know why it keeps happening to us. April Fools, the Premier League. April Fools of the Premier League. Absolutely. The false dawns. Absolutely. The breaking dawn of the Premier League. Absolutely. And the dawn of the dead of the Premier League. The dawn of the dead. And then the zombies are coming out. You know what I mean? Ellen, Slot put the teeth in the wrong way. Absolutely. He put the teeth in the wrong way. He slot it in. He slot. That's it. Absolutely. Silverstrand, when the food tastes bad, the cook takes the blame. When the food is good, we tend to forget the cook. Unless I'm cooking. Yeah, absolutely. Spot on. Jengus, Liverpool really thought a period of domination was up. Domination? A period of domination? My goodness me. A period of domination. Imagine... Oh my God! Domination, dominate. We are the nation of domination. They're basically the nation of domination of the Premier League because the nation of domination do this big hype. We are the nation of domination, and then Farouk and all that will walk out and lose. They're not dominating anything, mate. Goodness me. I think it's after the Spurs game. Let's hope so because I don't want an international break. I don't want us to play. Tottenham after the international break. What United need now is a two good midfielders, left wing back, right wing back as well. It's good. No, we got to believe in Dorgu, by the way. I think Dorgu's very good. He just needs an opportunity. He's 20 at the end of the day. So we've got to believe him and not give up on him. Guys, we need a right wing back, not a left wing back. That's what we need. We only have Ahmad. It's our 5 wins in a row, then a well-earned break. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Let's do that. Jurgen Slot has morphed into Eric Ten Hag very quickly. Absolutely. There you go. Eric Ten Hag, of course. Leeson, it's after this Spurs game. Oh, that's good then. Thanks, guys. That's good. LT, I'm so happy for Rasmus. He had the right attitude, just didn't work out. Absolutely. The pundits forgot. Conte won the Premier League with that system, just proving that their lack of knowledge. A bias against them, they're just biased against Manchester United, mate. We all saw the game on Saturday. We all saw the petitions that went against Man United. We all saw it, didn't we? We all saw that referee would stop at nothing to give things for Brighton. You know what I mean? That is what it was. I mean, that penalty on Ahmad. My goodness, I've never seen such a stonewall penalty in my life, mate. In my life. Oh my, I couldn't believe it. It's for fraud. It should be sacked. 50 likes, everyone. Thank you so much. You absolute legends, guys. Please don't stop smashing the like, guys. That's what it's all about, of course. Keep smashing the like. Christian, sorry, guys. We don't hope of winning games. It's when we win them for now. Come on, Christian. Love your positivity, man. Love the way you laugh, pal. Makes me low to big up, my friend. Thank you. I mean, I don't know how I laugh. I mean, do I have an evil laugh? That's an evil laugh, isn't it? That's an evil laugh. I think I have a high-pitched laugh. I have a live. You know what? I sometimes laugh like this. This is when I'm on the stream with Liverpool fans. That's what happens to me on Liverpool channels. That's what happens on Liverpool channels, guys. Goodness me, I might have a stroke. Bloody hell. That's what happens to me on Liverpool channels. That's how I laugh, because I want to hide my laugh. I want to hide my laugh to Liverpool fans. Of course I do. You know what I mean? But I'm going to still laugh at them. They're crying. Let them cry. Stonewall penalty. Liverpool would have had a query of the FA headquarters if that happened to them. There'd be a Netflix series about it, mate. There'd be a Netflix series about it. It'd be absolutely headline news. Absolutely. I'm always happy, Ellen. It does make me laugh because, you know, you got to laugh. I do sometimes. I am like this. I was born with a natural buzz. I just have to tame it sometimes, but that's just me, you know. That's what I am. You know, I don't care. Absolutely. I just go mad. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, look, you know, that's just one coffee. You know what I mean? But yeah, look, you know, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying these moments. I'm happy because I told these guys, I told everyone that when we beat Brighton, I'm going to be delighted. I'm going to be unbearable. Again, I'm going to be unbearable. I'm going to be unbearable. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be rubbing it in. Because at the end of the day, when people hate against my football club, when they slander my football club, I am here to rub it in like this, you know what I mean? Like this, Salt Bay on that, get a little bit Salt Bay on that, you know what I mean? And they'll become all salty and everything like that. And that's what it is, guys. That is how we do things on this channel. Realness, delight, happiness. Man United are winning. Now let's bring on Nottingham Forest, guys. It's all about Nottingham Forest. It's no point if we don't defeat Nottingham Forest. Of course, guys, we have to do that. Dan, the Nottingham Forest game can come at the right time for us. It may be the biggest win of the season so far. I think every game now, from now on, Dan, I think every game from now on is the biggest game of the season. You know what I mean? Lawrence, Halloween week, these dazed and confused opposition fans laughing like hyenas. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. You got to laugh. I can't wait to see you after we won against Forest and Spurs. You won't contain me, Ellen. Can you imagine we win the league? Can you imagine we win the league? Can you imagine it? Can you see? Can you envision what I'm going to be like? Goodness me. I might have to take some calming pills or some sleeping medicine or something. I don't know, because I'm going to be absolutely unbearable. Those Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, I'm going to be absolutely unbearable. Unbearable. Ungrizzly bearable. You know what I mean? Except they're going to be grizzly bears. They're all grizzly bears. All of them. All grizzly bears sitting there all angry and that. All angry and furry and angry. Now, that's what I'm like. It's like I'm sitting there on these streams, right, with grizzly bears. That's what I'm doing. Bunch of grizzly bears. Grizzly cubs. Oh, God. Next year we'll win the EPL. You never know. You might do it this year. You never know. Luck can happen, of course, guys. We've got to keep believing. Don't stop believing the journey. Great band. Yeah, look, you know what, guys? I'm happy. I'm happy as Larry, as we say. And we'll continue. Only 4 days now. Come on, guys. We need these fights. We can't let Sean Dyche ball beat us. We can't let Sean Dyche ball beat us. We got to go to that game. We don't want to be getting egg on our face or whatever it is. Jengas, we are starting to spread the goals around now. If Ahmed and Bruno start firing, we'd be dangerous. I agree. Absolutely. To me, Brentford were the best team we played so far this season. This league is there for the taking. I agree, Dan. Absolutely. This is the season where we're going to break rivals, pundits, and negative fans' hearts as we have a good season being back in the Premier League. Absolutely. I'll big up everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. You're absolute legends. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. Let's get it up to 100 likes by the end of the day. Smash a like if you love Man United and we're going to beat Nottingham Forest, guys. That's what it's all about. I want to say thank you to everyone who joined me today. You're absolute diamonds. You're absolute legends. I'm Sal Warner. This is, of course, Breaking Dawn. And I shall see you for Chatterbox later. Take it easy. Peace.